Climate change has been around since the 1800s. It refers to long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, but since the 1800s, human activities have been the main driver of climate change due to burning fossil fuels like coal and gas, which provides heat-trapping gases. Burning fossil fuels generates greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket wrapped around Earth, trapping the sun's heat and rising temperatures. The two main gases that lead to the greenhouse effect are carbon dioxide and methane. Energy, industry, transport, buildings, agriculture, and land use are the main emitters of these gases. Driving vehicles like cars, trucks, planes, or machinery used to build buildings release carbon into the atmosphere. Landfills are a huge part of methane gas released. The Earth's greenhouse gas concentrations are at the highest levels they've been in 2 million years. The consequences of climate change now include, among others, intense droughts, water scarcity, severe fires, rising sea levels, flooding, melting polar ice, and catastrophic storms. Climate change can affect our health, ability to grow food, housing, safety, and work. Some of us are already more vulnerable to climate impacts. Some countries produce more than others. The 100 least emitting countries generate 3% of total emissions, and the 10 countries with the largest emissions contribute 68%. Three broad categories of action are cutting emissions, adapting to climate change impacts, and financing requirement adjustments. We also have global frameworks and agreements to guide progress, such as the Sustainable Development Goals, the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, and the Paris Agreement. Switching energy systems from fossil fuels to renewable like solar or wind will reduce the emissions driving climate change. But we have to start right now. Fossil fuel production must decline by roughly 6% per year between 2020 and 2030 to keep the warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Climate action requires significant financial investments by governments and businesses. But climate inaction is vastly more expensive. One critical step is for industrialized countries to fulfill their commitment and provide $100 billion a year to developing countries so that they can adapt and move towards greener economies.